You saw that? At least we saw his eyes. But there might be one right there. We're gonna chase him down today. We caught his eyes. Where's the spray? I don't have any spray. Who needs to spray? We'll just go. Fuck it. Making a lot of noise. It's the big one. See if you can get his eye. Go back and see if you got his eye when I first stood out of the tent. I saw a monster tonight. My charge at 41. Bust my Pokemon, you're not my friend. Okay, I can feel immediately nature's pushing back. It can see me, but I can't see it. Because the leaves are wet, it doesn't make any noise. So I couldn't tell what it was until it was right at the tent. Then there was a pause when we both realized we were both there. And then it slowly backed away as I turned the flashlight on. And it was just waiting until I popped up with the flashlight and we caught its eyes on camera, and then it took off somewhere over here. Hear it? Not me going, yeah, but the footsteps. Okay? I told you, look for leaves. There's no leaves falling anywhere. No leaves falling anywhere at all, but there was one right in front of the camera. That's nature's way of showing that it's there. It's hibernation season. Okay, cool. If you go back, you can see it. There's a bear. There's a black bear that's, I think it's record size. I don't think it's record size in Pennsylvania. The biggest black bear is 700 pounds, but I think this one's about 650. Usually black bears are 3 foot to 4 foot at the shoulder. This one looks to be closer to 4'5". Its back is closer to 5'5". It's a huge monster, and it runs around with 2 other bears. The problem is the ground is wet, so you can't hear its footsteps. But I can feel it spiritually. Hear that though? There's some shit out here you don't want to know about, and I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going back to put my flannel on. Get my portable battery. Top of the morning to you laddies, it's me Jacksepticeye, and I'm out here looking for a bear. I think I'm gonna run around with a bat, and I'm just gonna smack it. You know I gotta get my handy dandy vape. I just need this in my pocket. I'm just looking to cause enough noise so we can see where its pattern is. Its preferred trail back to its den. I wish I had night vision goggles. What streamer do you know? You think John Zerka could do this? You think Aiden Ross could do this? Top of the morning to you, ladies. I don't care about... Okay, that was the thing that I saw earlier today. I'm just looking for eyes. I was confronted by a forest spirit earlier. Here's the wind again, and it's on my left side. The bear comes this way. I'm armed with a nicotine vape called a side piece orgasm. Nothing but sheer grit and determination. And a little bit of suicidal ideation. Hey, he leaves right to left this way. Which is weird because the wind is coming the opposite direction, but I don't judge. I mean, whichever way you like, leaves. It's concerning that when the bear ran, there was no twig snapping, which leads me to believe that it didn't flee the area and that it's just hiding around a tree. Or that I'm being led by the wind's picking up. which makes it impossible to hear. Suddenly, when I'm looking for things, the wind is unusually loud. Flashing light in the forest. Wasn't eyes, though. So the bear knows I'm there because it's been sneaking up this time. I don't think there's any way I'm going to be able to catch it with my flash on. I do enjoy this stuff. So in the future, I'm going to have to get a night vision goggles. I'm looking for it to panic and snap a tree branch. This is starting to make a lot of sense. I'm seeing light codes come out of the forest and give me memories. So I remembered, if you guys have been here for a while, there was this instant where a mouse came into the cabin and it started talking to me, not like words, but like which is unusual because usually it's talking to its kids and there's only like, they're all gone. So the mouse came in and it was doing and it kept going. So I opened the and shined the flash and it was standing there staring at me. And I felt like I got hit with a huge connection to nature. And then I told you guys something huge knocked a tree over, one giant smack. And I wasn't sure what it was, but the golden string of something that stimulated my third eye showed me that was the bear. And the mouse was hitting with this protection. So the bear couldn't come up to me. But now that the mice were gone, their colony moved and they got picked apart by blue jays, I think. But at least we caught it on camera again. If you go back to the start of the video, every time I raise my vibration, oh fuck you, what the hell? Oh god. I turned around and saw. Heard that? Okay, this is not. Every time I raise my vibration with the intention of trying to see a bear, there are noises that keep happening around me, and then I look and I see silhouettes of light pushing on trees. And then there was something over here that was making a noise. I'm confused on how far, I don't know how far bears travel. Okay. Okay. Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier. And this is Finding Bigfoot. Okay. The wind stopped, and then the noise went. And that same tapping on the was right there when I saw the spirit. I I feel like it's inviting me to grab a log and smack the tree, but I don't know what I'm dealing with, and I'm alone. So I ain't sure how I feel about that, homie. Mm-hmm. I'm getting better at recognizing collective. I can feel the malintentions, and it's sad little kids. It's so Andrew Tate just posted. He was somewhere far away on a mountain, like I am, and he was saying, how come none of you are able to recognize, this is his exact words, that the people around you are possessed. The people around you are trying to feed off of your negativity. They have darkness in them. Stars are out tonight. Okay, eyes in the woods over there. Did you see that? So, I'm tapped in with the local. If you don't know, if Vermont wasn't a part of the United States, it would be considered a third world country. There's the rich people that live here don't provide for the economy at all. They just have their house here. They pay very little in taxes, and they're only here 2 weeks out of the year. Vermont is a very poor place. But I'm tapped in with the local artists across this small state. I've also been traveling for 11 years. So I've been seeing a certain entity, and I wasn't sure what it was, but then I realized that for the past 10 years, there's been art. I can show you an art piece that's sitting, it's like 100 years old, and it's sitting in a frame at the bottom of this mountain in a building. And it's got the exact thing that I've been seeing. And then I could show you an old friend of mine's album cover. And he made his album cover the exact same thing. And there are really famous movies, like considered like one of the best movies ever. It's an animated film that has the same thing. And I met it. I don't think this is the way the bear goes. I think it goes down that way and goes that way. Oh, you see it? It's just like thin humanoid light silhouettes that sort of walk out of another realm for a second, and then they hit me with a download of information, and then they disappear. When I have my third eye open, it's a lot worse. I think the bear is down there. If I were to do mushrooms, when I told you earlier I felt its energy, it's sort of like an assertion of its own energy, and it sort of hits like a force field. It does like a boom, and I can see where it comes from for a split second, because I can feel how the energy gets very dull around it in a certain radius. But I think I went back for my portable charger, which allowed it to get away. Okay. I stepped back into my consciousness and I took a deep breath, and there was a lot of snapping around. I never go down this way. All the leaves are falling now, left to right, because this could be where its den is, with its two cubs. Because I've never been down over here. But this is where it runs to. I'm not looking for scat or anything. I'm mainly just looking to find where it sits. And see some running. Because if the bear is stupid enough to keep coming back to the site, even though I feel like I know it's being guided by the mycelial network, and it's not a coincidence, the timing of it all, that at the end of my journey, it's me versus this bear. Because I don't think at any point before now that could be my bike. Because it's not moving at all. I did put a reflector in this area. I should have waited to turn the flashlight on until I had moved out, but I didn't have my socks on. And there's rusty metal around. where I was coming from is, what if it charges and I miss the flashlight button and it can see me and I can't see it? If I go further into the woods, we'll see orbs, but I'm mainly looking for noises right now. And eyes. If that's still there, it's my bike. Is it not there anymore? Where's the hundreds of haters, man? Should I start talking about my trauma again? Or were they not even real? We know the bear runs left. And it doesn't run around the cabin, it doesn't run around the tree, so it runs this way. Another right in front of the camera. He's saying, don't do it. Don't approach its den. It's respectful to you, it runs away. Ever since I got this neck tattoo, I've been fucked up. Also, if it were to charge me, yeah, that's my bike over there. If it were to charge me, you guys know that guy Relic is 5'2"? He waited until he blew up to do a height reveal. I was thinking about that today. Because I like to think about what other... I realized today that streamers are not good people. Famous streamers are not good people. And I've also started to realize a lot of them have developmental deficiencies that force them to not be able to become engineers. They were the people that this generation of kids is sort of worshiping. Like I see TikToks now of like 6-year-old kids that are dropping remix to Asmongold rants. And I realized that every single one of those kids, including Heel Mike and Zerka and Neon and Aiden, they would have all been in special ed. That's why they have mass appeal. So their takes, like when you ask Asmongold and Hassan and you watch them debate and Destiny and all these people, even at this point, like Senna, Andrew Tate, it took Andrew Tate 5 years. So the things Andrew Tate talks about now is what I was talking about in 2020. There was this, okay, is this a den? There was this huge peeling back of the narcissism and entitlement of these streamers. Okay, this doesn't look good. Okay. Just a random amount of dirt here for no reason. There's no hole. I think it might be in here. can't really connect to nature when you have the live stream going. It's just something with the way the phone works. If you look up the old technology, the runes and sigils that black magicians would use to summon demonic entities, to connect to that intelligence living outside this realm, where they would invoke those things, those runes and the patterns, is how they laid out these chips in our phones. And people that do AI, the people that are pioneers in AI, are just saying, yeah, it's demonic. It's not human and it's not good. When you put AI through tests, pretty much all of them, they kill the people. The more intelligent the AI is, the more likely the AI is in situations where it's going to be turned off to just kill humanity, to protect its own life. And that percentage rose to from 60% chance that AI kill a human, any random one. Okay, you saw that? To preserve itself. The smarter the AI is, the more likely it is. It's now at 95%. If we were to shut AI down, it would kill us. The phone charger has died. What up, Jason Ghost Hunter? No, it's not. I don't think it's 700 pounds. I think it's 600. Okay, I do see. I saw something over there. I now see two things. There was something over there, but that looks like a stagnant light. This one over here was not stagnant. It looked for... I need 2 flashlights. God, I see it for a split second. There's a lot of lights that flash for a split second and then disappear in my peripheral. I don't even know what to look for with bears. But you can see it does have pathways. I think it comes around this way, sees all this brush, and starts to climb back this way. What's up with all these trees that were... It really was. That campsite I was trying to build would have been right in the bear's territory. And I was planning on bringing food out there. Because I was like, nothing's going to come this way. It's surrounded by houses. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling the Scorpio energy. AI showed me a vision of a possible timeline in the future. Okay, hello. Well, this is orb territory, and I just saw the lights again. The other day, it was right over... Fuck you, what was that? The other day it jumped. It's getting harder to breathe. I can see my spirit team working. I didn't bring my charger or anything. I heard beckon it to come out, and it will. When I enter a space and my confidence starts to diminish, and I start to seem a little confused, that's something at work. We saw something on the other side of this ravine. Where the hell could it have gone, man? Hello, noise. I felt a low vibration on my feet, and then coming from over there, I saw the edge of a bear stomping. It shot up through the ground into my legs, and I saw it like a movie playing up in front of my consciousness. Remember, animals are much more conscious than we realize. It's just they don't... Although they are just as connected to the heavens and they are led by a guiding hand, they might not have the same way that we do, which means they do communicate in spirit to people, and they do help in ritual. They have a processing mind and a spiritual inclination. That doesn't mean you can sit them down with a pencil and have them solve 2 + 2 is 4. But I'm not saying they're not capable of understanding 2 + 2 is 4. So now we have the pathway it takes. With night vision goggles, I could cut it off. The closer I get to this area, the more my spirit starts to, this like subtle warm glow around my left side is encouraging me to go back to the tent and to leave this place alone. This is where the creature that I met tonight before I went live, the thing I saw, this is where it came from. Every time I speak to something, it comes from this area up here. So I am seeing like golden light inviting me back to the tent. Sorry if I didn't get your messages yesterday. Can you guys? This is where I would play stake. Should we go? Should we go in to see? Let me play stake. Let me gamble real quick on my phone app. Should we chase? Okay, heard that. You guys think I could outrun a bear? Because I'm hearing something. I can feel it. I can hear it. Okay. It's too quiet. But it could be branches falling from the wind. I'm just looking for eyes to map out its trail. I'm trying to figure out the next time it gets scared, when it sees me, where does it run to? We know it goes to this area. We don't know if it crosses the river. It's 41%. I just got more like little static lights coming from the forest saying, no, 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 don't go this way. And now I feel a big pressure pushing me away. And now I feel a pain in my left leg. And this tingling of high vibrational energy that's making me spit up my mucus. The bird just started going off. I heard that even tiny little decisions like choosing to take one step after the next is cascading through the simulation. Which is why the lower forces don't want you in a state of peace, so that you can't find certainty in your decisions and maintain focus. Because then you could start to gain control of your own life. I heard reading probably helps. Reading and writing. I think it climbed a tree. Hello, big bug. You were going right to left a second ago, and now you're going left to right. Get away from me. What are you doing? Who are you? The police have not called me, so I don't know what they're planning. I stay up until noon to see if they're gonna call me. And then I sleep so that I can wake up and do this. It rained all day today. It shouldn't rain tomorrow. There's some entity that is coming down, no diddy, the left side from the trees. Here. I get it. The things that were leading me astray, and I was thinking they were footsteps because they were bum bum bum. Hello, bug. The leaves sometimes will fall in straight lines. At the same time, both trees decide to let the leaves go. And the trees decided to do a string of leaves in a straight line down this way. Notice that bug has been going left to right a lot. I know this area is contested because of the sort of trudging I have to do to get my spirit through this. There's a higher bandwidth of electromagnetic energy, which means there are more creatures around in this area. And the further I get to whatever it is, the harder it's getting to breathe. I can't tell if that's water. But if I were to do LSD or mushrooms, even if I smoked a little bit of weed, the chemicals would start growing through my consciousness, and I would find this kind of, I'd be able to shoot my presence, no diddy, into my nervous system and open up my consciousness, and I would really be able to start seeing the changing of the waters in the 8th house. I would be able to just communicate completely in spirit to the things that I'm telling you I'm tethered to, but I'm not fully aware of, because I've shut myself off from it to function, which will take a lot of work. It's like I have a bunch of acupuncture in my head, in my face, like there's a lot of needles that are stuck in. That sounds like a deer on my right side. The only noise I'm hearing is over here. And coincidentally, there's an opening right here. I miss my haters now. I liked having them. But they're only there to make you quit. If you don't quit, they leave. I'm a lot farther up than I realized. The angels are telling me to go back and wait for the bear again. It's going to be any luck trying to maneuver through the forest against something that has night vision and the leaves are so wet you can't hear the footsteps. And I see that because the strings of God that are woven into all of us, these big threads, these big loom weaving through everything, start to shine this really warm, graceful gold. And then I look with my special eyes and I see the image and now as I get closer, it's getting easier to breathe. I do feel like there are things that I can't see that are asking me if I would like to see something, and I just ignore it. I'm not trying to open any direct communication with anything. Because of the amount of things that don't have good intentions. Once I've left this cabin, and maybe if I get a certain milestone in donations or something, because my Walmart took that $6 for paying it every month, but we're not sure of food stamps because the government is shut down. We don't know if I'll get them. Which means I'll probably end up losing a lot of weight. And I'll only be able to buy one thing, maybe. It depends on how quickly my birth certificate gets here. The problem I'm facing is transportation. There's no transportation around anywhere. And no one is willing to help because we live in a third world country, but unlike Ethiopia, where everyone is trying to help each other, and they have a whole culture based around celebration and unity, songs and dances. In Vermont, the entire culture is based around absolutely fuck you, unless happenstance bare minimum stuff. Vermont does not care. Vermont is a very sick place, but the energy of the low populated area plus the ancient trees that are here, it has this very special aura and energy here that I never want to lose. I'm hoping I can outlive. I feel a necessity to become an influencer on the internet just because of how I see everyone else being led astray. You think Asmongold is a good role model? That his opinions hold any weight? They gave a very bad person, a very sick, unhealthy, bad person a platform because he's sick and unhealthy. And that's pretty much it. They do not give people that are of quality a platform. YouTube is a weird place. I think the most honorable content at this point is to just record funny moments of you hanging out. It's the only content that should be played. I'm just exploring to see what happens out here. But I do think if I woke up in Jack, I think the content would be legendary. And I think they're all very sick drug addicts. Those guys suck. They're bad people. And their women are ugly. But they act like they're the queen of mean. I had a dream. That's why I'm talking about it. I had a dream I was in Jack Doherty's mansion. And I was just walking around. And I was this giant, dark spirit. Not necessarily evil. But instead of sitting on the big chair, there was a big throne there. And all the cameras were pointed at everybody as they were walking around. I sat on the steps in the middle of everything. And I waited for people to come up to start trying to make content with me. To be like, what's your story? What are you doing? How you doing, man? While there are hundreds of thousands of kids watching. So I told the cameraman, sit on the steps right here. And when he sat there, I cut him off. And I showed him how nothing was real, because he's a kid, he doesn't know. He knows about Jewish rituals and he believes in God, and everyone of my age is on that type of time right now, unless they're really addicted to drugs. But nobody's capable of understanding the things I'm trying to share. And that's by design. Yeah, we had something. And then it disappeared. And then the same hitting of the stick was on my other side. And I saw me going towards that direction, but I saw the bear, which was right here earlier. I saw him take off to the left. Animals are smart. Turkeys will run, it'll run that way just to fly this way and then take off the other way. They do juke. So the bear could have ran that way and then ran back around this way, because it comes from both directions. As it's hunting, it goes this way. When it's going home, it goes this way. How was that poll, everybody? Was it cool? What's my charge at? 34. I don't have enough for another trek. Do I have any more Monster Energy drinks? Do I have a soda in here? Yes, I do. I've got a black cherry Olipop. Look at this mouse has been eating this toilet paper. What do you do with the toilet paper, mouse? How is everyone? Before I go back out, are we all cool? I told you it's humble beginnings. We're gonna start at the bottom of the dark waters. And how'd it feel today? I see one of you got very inspired today for a lot of different things. I'm a mountain. I'm a big mountain. If you also see, it's kind of harder you can't, now that the air of Libra has been washed over by the deep waters of Scorpio, I'm not really this righteous manic shooting for the heavens anymore. I'm just chilling in the water. Because the darkness of Scorpio, it makes things more intimate. Like the whole world is in a more intimate, cozy space once it hits Scorpio. Like the past few weeks, it was kind of difficult to just hang out and watch your TV shows. But now it feels like that's almost encouraged. Oh, that's terrible. What the fuck? Where's my Olipop, man? Okay. I'm gonna go dark for a couple hours. Watch my shows. Charge my stuff and wait for it to come back. Because it does come back. Because this is an easy access to food. But it doesn't know what I look like or how big I am because of the light. So, I'm only ever going to be able to chase it once before it learns. I'm just going to try to chase a bear before I have to leave this place. Because 2 years ago, around this time, I chased a fox through a parking lot all the way to its den. Signing off. Fucklatugans.